My name is Keely Anderson, and I am with the CCD Performing Arts Department. This department does a lot of work and hands-on stuff, and I would like to show you all of the spaces that we use today. This is a conference room up on the 5th floor of the King Center. However, we rarely use it as a conference room. It became a collective creative space for all of the work that we do here in the department. A lot of our students like to hang out here and eat lunch and take naps, and we have board games for students to play, as well as we have some of our classes up here, like theater history. We have a TV where we can watch all of these old shows and old videos and old plays that we talk about. We also have a script library where if you're eager for auditioning in one of our shows and have no idea where to start, we can get you some materials, as well as plenty of hangout space and a great couch to take naps on. This is our CCD Studio Theater. It is one of 3 black box theaters on the campus. We're still in the King Center. We're on the ground floor off of Main Street, room 135. The Black Box Theater houses all of our acting and technical theater classes, as well as our set production and construction work. And we also do at least 1 show in here a year, if not more, as well as other smaller events like 600 Seconds, the 10-minute play festival, as well as our student performance showcase, where all of our acting classes at the end of the semester get to show off what they've done. And this Black Box Theater is designed to be completely customizable. We have a 360 configuration option. Right now you can see that our audience risers are set up in 3/4 thrusts, so our production next semester will be up against that wall. If you look, we have second level doors off of our mezzanine all the way across that allows us to build set pieces up to it and make some really interesting spaces in here. We also have 3 hallways backstage that leaves plenty of room for costumes, for props, for actor transitions, all of that stuff. And if you'll notice right behind me, we have a giant, huge door. If you're ever trying to find us, just look for the big purple door in the Main Street hallway. And this door allows us to use our scene shop down the hallway to build giant set pieces, and then open up that door and move everything in here when we're ready to put it for show. And then we also have 2 other levels in this space that I'm going to take you to see next. We have our mezzanine level and our tension grid. So let's go and see those next. Now we're in the mezzanine level of our CCD Studio Theater. You can see the stage down below us. Around the corner is where all of our lumber storage is. We have all the materials we need to build sets for the show. Our sets are very collaborative with our students. We rely heavily on our students to get everything done. Anyone can get involved, from taking our theater production class, from taking our acting classes, from being a work study in the program, or if you just want to be here and volunteer your time, we're happy to work with anybody. The actors tend to be in here at night for rehearsals. That doesn't mean that they're not allowed in here during the day. Your acting classes will be in here. You're always welcome to use the space for rehearsing lines with your fellow partners if you're ever interested. And all of our technical theater students will be in here as well. During the day, we'll build set, we'll paint, we'll build props, anything like that. And at night, actors will rehearse. And up here, our technical theater students will work with our teachers to build lighting cues. Right here, I've got my lighting board, I've got my sound board, and I've got our little station where our stage manager sits during shows to call cues. Our students will learn how to turn on lights and build cues and create designs for shows, as well as do all of the same things with our sound equipment. And we really try to make sure that our students are hands-on as much as possible during this process. We don't want to take that work away from you. We believe that doing the work yourself is the best way to learn these things. So we always make sure our students are involved in all aspects of the show: costume design, makeup, building and writing these light cues, going up to the grid to hang lights, as well as setting up all of our sound equipment. And during the show, this is where our people run cues with our stage manager, and actors will run through to get to the dressing rooms, and it's really fun, it's really dark, it's really quiet, and this studio space tends to be our home base. When you work in our department, you tend to spend a lot of time here. That's why we have a couch up in the green room for naps, and it really is just kind of our space. I've been in this program for 13 years, and this place feels more like home to me than anywhere else. Now we're on the tension grid in our CCD Studio Theater. I want to invite you to take a look down, but be careful because we're already 40 feet above the ground floor of our studio theater. This is called Attention Edison Grid, and each of the black boxes in the King Center have their own. This is CCD's, and it might look a little scary up here, but it's actually a lot safer than catwalks and normal theater systems. Each of these squares are wired with airplane wire, and they're tensioned to hold 1,400 pounds per square. So you'd actually have to try really hard to hurt yourself up here. This is where we store all of our lighting equipment. You can see all of our different kinds of lights. We have classic Source 4s, we have Parcans, all of the equipment you might already be used to, but we are also upgrading to our Color Source LED lights. So any of our students here will learn the equipment that the industry is actively using, so that once you're done with us, you can either transfer to a 4-year program, or you can just hit the ground running and get started working. This is a really fun space for us to hang out in. It's really calm, it's really relaxing, it's cool when it's hot outside. And any of our students working on our AAS and technical theater will be able to learn how to use all of this lighting equipment, reconfigure all of these pipes to get the lights exactly where we need them for a show, get them all hooked up and programmed to the board that we just saw on the mezzanine, as well as our sound equipment. Our speakers are usually up here for shows, and we get some really good sound and like really cool bass going down to the audience. Now I'm in the costume shop in the King Center, and this is one of the shared spaces that CCD uses alongside Metro State University and the University of Colorado, Denver. This is a space designed for costuming, any and all costuming needs you may have. As we share this space, we have our work table over here for us to lay out patterns, cut fabric, all of that construction kind of stuff. We have this back wall of storage that has all of our old costume pieces that we've decided we might use again in the future, or they were just too nice to get rid of. Over on this back wall, we have more storage. We also have our sewing machines and any other sewing equipment you may need. And then behind me back here, we have a washer and dryer, so we can do laundry when costumes get too sweaty after actors are done with them. And we also have a separate washer for any dye projects that you might decide to come up with if you're working on costumes for our show. Now we're in the Eugenia Rawls Courtyard Theater. This is our main stage in the King Center that is shared between all 3 schools. And if you look behind me where our audience comes in from the front, you'll see Eugenia Rawls' portrait. She is our resident theater ghost, so you have to be nice to the portrait. If you also look behind me, you'll see on the first floor we have our sound booth where all of our sound cues and equipment are managed from in the space. On the second level, we have the stage manager booth where our stage manager call cues and our light board is. On the top floor, we have our follow spot booth where if you're doing a musical, you can sit on the light and follow somebody around on stage. Up overhead, we have our catwalk system. And it is an actual catwalk system, so when you're working in this space, you'll do fall arrest harness training with us, and that is a certification that you'll receive and then take with you when you start working professionally. If you look overhead, you'll notice on stage that we have these pipes that have valances and black leg fabric and curtains and a cyc and all of these lights. And these pipes are managed by our fly rail system over here. It is some of the most dangerous equipment we have in the space, so we'll make sure that you get proper training, you know how to use it safely, and you get to be able to put that on your resume when you leave the space with us. If you look on the other side of the stage, you'll notice this giant loading bay door, and on the other side of that bay door is our scene shop, so let me go ahead and take you there next. Now we're in the scenic shop of the King Center. This is also another shared space between all 3 schools. Our students in here will learn how to use all of this power tools, all of the equipment. We do a lot of set building in here as well as a lot of scenic painting. If you look overhead, we have an overhead storage space where we have step units and chairs and stools, an oil drum because we had one for some reason. Lots of kind of kooky, zany things. We also have our own power tool storage over there. We lovingly call it the crib. Behind me over here is going to be the paint deck as well as our loading dock. When we're building a set, we do huge lumber purchases from Home Depot, and we have to pull shop carts over and get all of our lumber stored up and move it where it's supposed to go. If you're interested in having these spaces be your classroom, you can join our program and work in these spaces as well as other spaces that would help you learn how to tackle design elements and make drafts and learn more about scenic painting, forcing illusions, dressing a set using props and other elements that we might have in storage. If you're interested in learning more, please visit our website. You can always come up to the 5th floor of the King Center and find us there, talk to our department chair, learn about our classes, our certifications, and anything else you might be interested in. We're interested in meeting you wherever you are in life. We have students come to us from all ages, from all groups, from all backgrounds. We're really just interested in helping you find your next step. Whether you're interested in transferring to a 4-year university or you're eager to get started working professionally right away, we got your back. Thank you for coming on this tour with us, and we're excited to see you at the Community College of Denver.